YouTube, a place of freedom, fun, and peace. People living together in harmony. There has never been a bad word said here. Respect and integrity is YouTube's most upheld values, making this a place for people to come and share creations without fear of criticism. A digital land of art created by only the highest quality creators humanity has to offer. From our ancestors creating stories of day-to-day life on cave walls to Italy's Renaissance, art is a defining part of our collective species, and YouTube is home to only the best art we can create. Searching anything in that search bar above is bound to result in a life-changing experience. I'm starting to get jiggly at 215 pounds. Old shirt stands no chance against my bigger gut. Thanksgiving dally ball rubbing my big feeling the bigger vast waist. I've gained so indulgent vitamin cosplay previews. This thing shower belly play close end of the year. Lots of now old shirt stands no chance getting fat chub fat boys letting the belly loaded trying on new
belly in a small cage. I need a belly on belly
starting to get fat.
Oh, I've seen this girl's channel. This is a fetish. This girl just like blasts mean burps into the camera for 50 some videos. It's like really gross. Like, I burp a lot, but my burps are kind of like innocent sounding, not like revolting, repulsive shit. Her burps are like disgusting.
2019. Old Town Road was on the top Billboard charts. Everyone's weird cousin was getting ready to Naruto run into Area 51.
Well, I've been here a month ago. I came here, and I was practicing my Naruto running in front of Area 51.
And Moist Critical uploaded a video which sent me down the most disturbing and hilarious YouTube rabbit holes I've ever experienced. I found this video in 2019 and thought it would be funny to send a couple of burping girls videos to a couple of friends. After finding one, I noticed the thumbnail on the side of my screen of a large man sitting in his underwear, with the title being somewhere along the lines of Fat Moobs Burping. I watched the non-age restricted video in horror as a fat man sat almost naked and wet in a shower, burping for the audience's pleasure while slapping his stomach. I read the comments expecting disgust and confusion, but instead saw people asking the man aggressively to burp louder and eat more. I sent the video to some friends as a joke and left it, never to turn back. Until the last 2 weeks, in which I needed a new video idea, and remembered that fateful day from 4 years ago. After a quick search, I found that the Fat Moob community was still very much alive, and was shocked to see the extent of what was on YouTube. Thousands of videos filled hundreds of playlists of the same things. Fat guys burping, fat guys farting, fat guys rubbing each other's belly. Every fat guy shirtless activity you can think of, all there on YouTube for people to see. Now you might think this is a small community of a niche fetish thing, but this one is different. Some of these videos have hundreds of thousands of views on channels that have thousands of subscribers that have been uploading videos in some cases since the beginning of YouTube itself. What the fuck even are these, you might ask? Why is this even a thing? Well, from what I can gather, these videos are all part of a subgenre of a fat fetish called Feederism.
And I want you to explain too what Feederism is.
Feederism is a kink that is a part of some of the plus size spaces. It's hotly debated. There are a lot of people that are super against it. There are a lot of people that are really for it. And at its essence, at its most innocence, It's about like a sexual kink regarding feeding someone, generally for the purpose of them being fat or getting fat or gaining weight. There's a big umbrella when it comes to feederism.
According to the National Institute of Health, feederism is a fat fetish subculture in which individuals eroticize weight gain and feeding. Feeders are individuals who claim to become sexually aroused by feeding their partners and encouraging them to gain weight. Now, you've probably seen those documentaries about women being in relationships with men whose fetish it is to make them as big as possible. Now, I just want to clarify, I'm not usually one to shame others. Whatever you choose to do behind closed doors, as long as it's legal, is completely up to you. It's a free world, but because it's a free world, I'm allowed to criticize the things that people do. Feederism is dangerous and terrible. Not the act of being attracted to someone that's overweight, obese, or morbidly obese. That's completely fine, obviously, but getting sexual gratification for enabling somebody's destructive addiction is pretty fucking shitty. It's not much different than getting a boner over feeding heroin to a heroin addict. Of course, it's a pretty extreme example, but food addicts and heroin addicts are both addicts. And of course, the addict will enjoy it. If they're addicted to it, having an avenue to fall deeper into that addiction with the excuse of, it's what my partner wants me to do, going to be what they're attracted to most of the time. If you watch some interviews or read articles about people that have been in these relationships, I'll try to link a couple below if you want to learn a bit more about it and hear from these people, because it's pretty fucking terrible. It's clear to see that some people are manipulated into being a part of this dynamic, and it can result in them having some pretty horrendous physical and mental trauma. As a result, the person that's fulfilling their desire by inflicting this on the other person get away with it scot-free, and that really sucks. Of course, as long as there's no manipulation and the two are consenting adults, people can do whatever the fuck they want to do, but people should understand that it is a dangerous dynamic and it should be treated with caution. Now, unfortunately, that aspect of these videos are not the worst part of it. There is a serious issue that will be addressed at the end of the video that needs to be fixed by YouTube as soon as possible. And I will warn you, it's pretty fucking horrible. But first, I want to show some funny shit that I found, because some of these videos are fucking hilarious.
Shit, that stinks. Oh my god.
This fetish underbelly of YouTube, pun intended, that I've been rummaging through can be split into many categories, with the first one being what I like to call, look, I'm naked and fat and slapping myself. Look at me and my big gut, how cool is this? I'm fat, look at me, I'm big and I'm fat. It's a long name, but it's important. It gives important context to what most of these videos are. Now, obviously, these ones are way too graphic for me to want to show you in this video. I don't want to get banned off of YouTube on my third video, so I'll avoid that as much as I can. So I'll probably just put some close enough B-roll in the background for you. Now, man or woman, it doesn't matter. If you've got a bit of a stomach, just upload one of these bangers. Throw some flatulence in there and you are well on your way to getting a few thousand views, if you have the guts for it. The second category I want to talk about is cartoons that look like political newspaper comics with stomach noises or eating sounds added into it. It's weird, and there's not much more to say about it, but yeah, there's a lot of it there. You might be wondering how any of this stuff is even allowed on YouTube, and the truth is, I have no fucking idea. Most of these channels are actually doing the right thing and age restricting their videos themselves, which is great, but it seems to be in a bit of a grey area in terms of content guidelines. Generally on YouTube, explicit content like nudity is allowed as long as it's intended to be educational. Yes, that's why that video exists. I don't know what that makes these videos, to be honest, but hey, as long as kids don't see it and no one starts outrighting uploading videos of themselves jacking off, go for it, each to their own. And now the final thing in this part of the video that I want to show you are the comments. The comments on these videos are a 50-50 split. Half are kind of strangely wholesome and supportive of the person making the video, and then the rest are just hilarious. There's no beating around the bush. If you go and read some of these comments, I can guarantee you that you will find some that will make you laugh at least a little bit.
I got call it a young nigga from where's I with the motherfucking dog. I be ballin' like a motherfucking bro. I be ballin' like my nigga Mo. Shaq West and a motherfucking Joe. Steph West, stay with the fucking ball. You fuck around and get burned. 'Cause I got hoes calling a young nigga fool with Ali.
Now, before I move on to the last part of this video, I just want to say I don't want any of these channels that I've talked about so far to get any sort of hate. It's fun to make fun of this stuff, but at the very least, these guys are passionate of what they do, and the videos are age restricted, so they can do what they want as far as I'm concerned. But the people I'm going to talk about next, on the other hand, when I first started making this video, I was originally only going to talk about what all these videos are and show a couple funny comments, but unfortunately while delving deeper into these videos, I discovered playlists that involved children, usually overweight boys that uploaded a video innocently, but disgustingly had them added to these fetish playlists. I reported what I found to YouTube and hopefully action is taken on their part. But with only 30 subscribers, I'm a really, really small channel, so I doubt YouTube is going to do very much. YouTube has had problems like this for a long time. Some of you might remember when stuff like this became a big topic a few years back with those webcam from videos. This shit is fucked, and these people watching these videos and adding them to these playlists need to be put in jail, and at the bare minimum, be taken off of YouTube. I'm not sure how else to get YouTube's attention about these videos and playlists, so any help in doing so is really appreciated. And YouTube isn't doing enough to get rid of it. If it's still there, it's not enough. Anyway, I don't want to talk about all this for too long, but if you want to help, definitely share this to YouTube or something like that, or report these playlists, or just send YouTube an email. I'm not really sure how else to go about it. I'm not good with this stuff, so. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I love you. Goodbye. Mwah.